Hello, my name's Sam Davis, and apologies for the awful Primark Christmas jumper. Wasn't at the game today, and I'm starting to think that away games are not for me because Bournemouth picked up a result on the road when I wasn't there today in a match where we never thought we would get a result based on our recent form. I'm so happy, watched it on a stream, legally, whatever, and I'm so delighted. You know what? We're actually in a first floor flat overlooking pool. Get in! A woman down there just looked at me a little bit funny, but never mind. I'm so jubilant. Bournemouth ended up winning 1-0 at Chelsea, and oh my goodness, what a great performance it was. Such a different team we had out there, but we did in terms of personnel, but the shape as well. Really surprised when I was looking at that team lineup. I thought Eddie Howe probably going to go with the 4-4-2 that he's stubbornly and loyally gone with all season, but he sort of went with what looked like a sort of 4-1-4-1 shape. Wasn't really sure what was going on, but as it turned out, it was effectively a sort of 4-5-1. Ramsdale started in goal, and then across the back we had the usual suspects that we predicted really. Jack Stacey, Frano, Mepham and Rico. Mepham on the left side of the two central defenders there. In the middle of the park, it was a bizarre one. Lewis Cook was almost like playing out right, and then in the middle you had Billing, Lerma and Gosling, so he did put that extra man in the middle that I thought we needed there, just to nullify what Chelsea have going through the middle. And then it was Fraser out on the left. Now it looked like Fraser was going to be playing behind King up front, but as it turned out, King was isolated by himself, but I thought he did so well. How nice is it to have a striker up front that can hold up the ball, that can run with it at pace? Callum Wilson must be looking, thinking, I don't know how bad his injury is, but how am I going to get back into the team based on Josh King's performance? Because I thought he did really well. Arguably should have scored as well, but a great start by Bournemouth. There were times where Chelsea sort of dipped in and out in terms of their attacking potency, but Bournemouth had a number of chances. It was Ryan Fraser. I've got some notes on my phone actually. Fraser fizzed a shot in low early on, and then Ramsdale made a great save from Mason Mount after some clever Chelsea play. After about 7 minutes or so, Ramsdale I thought was really good today, and later on he makes such a good save from a Kovacic header. It was a double save almost, because it was an initial parry because the power, and then the wrist action to get it out wide. Great wrist action, Aaron. 14 minutes gone, and then Fraser pulled up with what looked like an ankle injury, and then at that point we're thinking, right, what happens? The only thing I could have said is that maybe Josh King could have gone out wide, and then Solanke might have been able to come on perhaps, but he looked okay actually, Ryan Fraser, and we had Stanislas back, which was very good, but it looked like scary times, and the commentators were like, oh god, this is so Bournemouth if this is going to happen. And then at one point Mepham pulled up, and then Josh King pulled up at some point in the second half, but I think he's okay. He sort of rolled off the pitch, but as the first half went on, Bournemouth were becoming a little bit more patchy in terms of their intent up front. Didn't really get as many chances, and Chelsea were doing really well on the possession front, and they were playing a lot outside our penalty area, but not really testing our keeper that much. Defensively I thought we were excellent. Philip Billing deserves a lot of credit for the amount of times he intercepted the ball. Jefferson Lerma was the rock in the middle, and Dan Gosling, that box to box midfielder. And well, we'll come on to what he did later on. And then, what else happened? I've got this old mobile. This is my 4G hotspot, by the way, that I use for uploading videos after a game. It's basically an old mobile. But yeah, when we do the videos outside of Vitality, we use this unlimited data to upload the video straight away. It's a Windows phone, so it's so slow in rotating. Chelsea's best chance was probably when Willian, or Will-I-An as I keep on calling him, he hung up a cross on the right hand side, and it met I think it was Pulisic, was it? At the far post, but he was shepherded by a number of defenders including Jack Stacey, and then they cleared. So half time, according to what they were saying on the TV, Twitter, radio, all that kind of stuff, it was one of Bournemouth's best performances since Man United, but also Chelsea was saying probably their worst performance of the season, but I think that was because of the way that Bournemouth nullified them. And in the second half then, Ryan Fraser, oh my goodness, he put Josh King through, but he had a heavy touch that put him out to the left-hand side, and he tried to sort of, cut back in. He managed to do so, but should have put Lewis Cook in, tried to take on the shot, and it was cleared. But good to have that pacey and strong striker. So Josh King, in the player ratings, you'll be doing very well, mark my words. Later on, again, a good spell of possession, and Josh King again had a chance, but at that point he did try to put Lewis Cook in, but it just didn't fall for him. A really good spell from the away side. 67 minutes gone. Dan Gosling had an amazing opportunity. Some good work from King. He unintentionally sort of picked up the ball after Chelsea failed to clear, and then Josh King went through on goal. I think he kind of outside of the right boot to Gosling, but he couldn't get on the end of it. But our intent was there. Now Josh King at this point rolled off the pitch with what looked like he was holding his left ankle. I think he's all right, because when you saw the pictures of him on the bench, he looked fine. And Solanke came on and made a nuisance of himself. Tammy Abrahams moments after flicked ahead a wider goal, and then on 84 minutes, I've got no notes after that because went absolutely crazy. If you want to download the podcast on Monday, you hear a lot of effing and jeffing audio goodness from me as I was just watching here on this very TV. You can scroll around. At the moment, we've got the Solent Aftermath on it at the second, and we had Radio Solent on afterwards, and great to the reaction. But yeah, Bournemouth. A good spell of possession. I think we won a corner, did we? And then Dan Gosling had a chance, which was blocked. Ball was cleared by Chelsea, but Dan Gosling hung in there. And then Jefferson Lerma, the ball reached him on the edge of the box, nodded it forward. Dan Gosling stayed where he was. I think there were about 2 Chelsea players playing him on side. Now Philip Billing was off. Dan Gosling was on. Chest, was it? Could you call that an overhead kick? Dan Gosling, the most undynamic, he's not exactly a gymnast, has he? But managed to get his foot over it. And at the time, the ball was cleared, and I could tell it was in. I could tell the ball went in the back of the net. The referee sort of visibly looked at his wrist, and obviously the goal was, but the flag was offside. So the only issue for me was VAR, was it offside? The ball went in, and then when you saw the replays, fucking hell, he was actually way onside, and you know what? I saw the decision straight away on the replays within 10 seconds. You can call that. They're there drawing their lines, doing the little dots, the dashes, dots. It's like Morse code, whatever it is. Doing those parallel lines. It was onside. Cue delirium. Now people say that the instinctive celebration you get from VAR, goals that have been awarded by, VAR, maybe you don't have that anymore. But that was the first goal that I think we've had sort of overruled in that way, have we? We've had them chalked off before. Not sure if we've had them given. Maybe we had one actually at home early this season with Josh King. I can't really remember how it went. But yeah, so good, and everyone went absolutely crazy. We saw the game out so well. Ramsdale, as I said, made that amazing save in the second half. Eddie Howe was visibly, you could see the emotion running through him, and I bet he's buzzing tonight. The whole team deserve to be buzzing. Everyone putting an absolute shift, and doesn't that give you so much optimism ahead of the matches that we've got to come? Burnley at home, Arsenal on Boxing Day, Brighton. It's a system that did work for us. We don't have to be that defensive in certain matches, I don't think, but what we did today absolutely worked, and I'm absolutely delighted for Eddie, who's faced a lot of flack. Really delighted for Chris Mepham, who I thought was really strong. Frano alongside him, excellent. We'll have a player ratings video coming out tomorrow, but I just wanted to get this video out there now because it's fresh in the mind. I'm absolutely delighted. This polyester piece of crap has got to go because I'm absolutely I'm sweating very, very much. But yeah, gonna have a few beers tonight. Come out to Ashley Cross. All on the beers. Yeah, I think I'm with a number of AFC Bournemouth fans tonight, and I'm so happy we've got something to celebrate. Just delighted. What are your thoughts? Who did well? Man of the match? Comments on the game. Should we be playing the same formation against Burnley, or maybe adjusting it slightly given that their threat is slightly different to Chelsea's? Let us know. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you like this immediate reaction video, let me know. Send in your videos if you went to the game. Hold your phone landscape rather than portrait, and we'll get them on the channel. Audio reaction, check out our Twitter bio because you can get in touch via voice message. Let us know what you think, and we'll put all your thoughts on the podcast. Audio podcast coming out soon tomorrow as well. Do press subscribe. Thank you for watching, and up the cherries.